Now, I had hoped that nobody would notice this, but yesterday I mismeasured the inside of the brass tube originally. And I can't remember what I had there. I think it was something like 375. But the actual measurement is 388 thousandths. I checked it several times. No, it doesn't matter which one of these bushings I measure. They all seem to come out to around 385 thousandths. 385, 385.5. Yeah. And right now, I'm down to approximately, I think last time I measured it, it was about 390 thousandths. Yeah, 390. Now, I was noticing that this is just a little bit on the loose side. There's a tiny bit of play, but not very much. Now, I know I could probably make this a little larger than it is, and it would still probably be okay. The problem is, what if a person gets a kit where the brass tube is just a little bit under? Then you're going to have difficulty getting it on. So I'm thinking I better try and get it down maybe to 386. I don't know if I can actually go that close, but let's just see what happens here. Now each one of these increments represents 1/1000th of an inch. And I have to remember, if I go in a thousandths, I'm actually decreasing the diameter by 2 thousandths, because I'll be going in on the radius and I want to decrease the diameter. So if I'll try it, I'm going to go in 1/1000th of an inch, or one increment here, and then we'll take a measurement and see what we got. I don't want to go too far because I can't put it back on. Okay, we're at 0. Well, I don't know if you can read that upside down or not, but it says 387.5. I'll just take another reading here. Kind of awkward to get in here. Yeah, 387. Okay. Well, that is about the dimension of the inside of the brass tube, but that might be just a little bit tight. You know what? I'm going to quit while the quitting's good. If it's a little bit too big, I can always use a little bit of sandpaper and sand it down just a little. This brass is fairly soft, which brings up another issue. One of the viewers was mentioning, what if you touch it with your, with your turning tool, or maybe with the sandpaper, you're going to accidentally turn it down. Yeah, there is that possibility. And there's something else I want to try too. Why not take a regular bushing and, just drill it out with the centering bit? Maybe that'll work. I think I'm going to try that yet. Maybe I'll do it today. Let's just try one more thing here. Ooh, I don't know. That's a little bit tight yet. Oh, there it goes. You know what? This might be just a little bit too tight. Well, like I say, I can always sand it down. A tight fit is a precise fit. Now I'm just going to eyeball where I think the center is between the two. And I'm not going to part it off right now. I'll do that after I get the hole drilled in the other end. Well, let's cut it off and see what we got here. Now the reason why I didn't part this off is because it's my hope that these jaws will not only catch out here, they will also catch back here. And the idea being is that it should be able to keep it a little bit more in line. At least that's the plan. Now I sometimes do things which maybe aren't too smart, but my plan is that while the lathe is spinning, I'm going to go part way down, then I'll stop the lathe and go the rest of the way, the right way. Now something starts to go wrong here and I didn't notice it. Now you can watch for it. You'll see it better than I did. I didn't see it because the camera was between me and the work and I couldn't see as good as I should have. Anyway, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Now, as long as I have my centering bit in place here, I may as well see if I can drill out a couple of these regular bushings and just see what would happen. If possible, it's going to work okay. Worth a try anyway. And in case some of you didn't pick up on what went wrong there, when my cutter started going in when it shouldn't have, well, I didn't have this thing tightened down as much as I thought I did. And as it was going in this way, it started to go this way. So this one is the proper length. By the way, it's a beautiful fit. But this one here is just a little bit shorter than what I had planned. However, it's still longer than the original. I think it's going to be okay. After I drilled out the taper with this bit, which is the one that I'd used on the custom bushings, I changed to the next size up, and I made the taper just a little bit larger in diameter. Now the dead center that comes with this lathe, it's a number 4. As you can see, it's a lot bigger than what you get with your wood lathe. But in order to get it to go in properly, I have to take the chuck off. And taking this chuck off is not quite as easy as it is on the wood lathe. However, I made this up for something else, a year or two ago, and I think it's pretty well centered. And that's what this is all about. I know that it's not a 60-degree angle on the end here, but that's all right. It should be all right. Let's just try it out here and see. Just watch the tip. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Now we're going to be looking for wobble. Okay, and now the other ones. And here we go. Now, I didn't feel any vibration or shaking when I was testing with that Allen wrench when I was using these custom-made bushings. These ones here, I did feel a little, although you couldn't see it. I could feel just a very slight tremor. Now, my recommendation to my friend here in Winnipeg when he uses these is that he turns his blank down to probably 90-95% of the way he wants to go, and then switch to these. The reason being is that I don't think there's going to be as much friction, in the from the live center as there is from a regular mandrel. And I can envision when you first start turning down, you're going to have a lot of problems with it slipping on you, and consequently you're going to be tightening your tailstock up tighter and tighter and tighter, and possibly even, flaring out or collapsing the brass tube. So that's my advice. Don't use these until you're almost all the way turned down to where you want it to be. It'll only take about a minute to change anyway. In the meantime, thank you for watching.